To send a Gmail email from N8N, you click the plus button to add a new node, search for Gmail, and select the Gmail node from the list. Once the node settings panel opens on the right, you'll choose your Gmail OAuth 2 credential from the drop-down menu. Make sure you've already set that up, because N8N needs your permission to act on your behalf through Google's official Gmail API. Under the resource field, you leave it set to message, and under operation, you change it to send. That's the core combination that tells N8N, I want to send an email out. From there, you fill out the basics. In the to field, type the recipient's email address. This can be a fixed address for testing, or later on, you'll replace it with a dynamic value pulled from another node. Enter a clear descriptive subject line, and then choose whether you want the email body to be plain text or HTML. If you're just sending a simple notification, plain text is perfectly fine and faster to set up. But if you want bold text, links, or a more polished layout, HTML gives you full control over the formatting. After you type your message, you can scroll down to the options section to add a sender name, CC or BCC recipients, a reply to address, and even attachments if your workflow includes a file path or a binary data node from a previous step. When everything looks good, click the Execute Step button at the bottom of the node panel. Wait just a moment for N8N to process and talk to Google servers. When it finishes, you'll see a green check mark and an execution result panel that shows the raw data, things like the message ID, thread ID, and a label that says sent. That's your confirmation. But don't just take N8N's word for it. Open the recipient's Gmail inbox in another tab and verify the email arrived. Check that the subject matches, the body looks correct, and if you used HTML, make sure the formatting renders properly. If you want to adjust anything, maybe a typo in the subject or a missing attachment, change it in the node's fields, run execute step again, and recheck the inbox. This back and forth is your testing loop. Now, once you're confident a static email works, you can turn it into something dynamic. Instead of a fixed recipient address, you can click inside the to field and insert an expression like is golagassen email, where email is the property name coming from a previous node, say a webhook that just captured a form submission. The same goes for the subject and body. You can include customer names, order numbers, appointment dates, or any other data your workflow has collected. This is where the real power of automation lives. N8N dynamically builds each email from your workflow data, so every message is personalized without you having to type it manually. After you've tested with dynamic values and confirmed everything works, connect a trigger node to the front of your workflow. A trigger could be a webhook waiting for an incoming request, a schedule set to run daily, or a form trigger from a tool like Typeform. Once you save and activate the workflow, it runs automatically whenever the trigger fires. For your very first activation, click Test Workflow to trigger it manually and watch the execution history. Check that the email lands in the recipient's inbox, that attachments open properly, and that dynamic fields like diesel, customer_name, actually displayed the right name, not a raw expression. If you get an error, maybe your credential expired or the data structure changed, N8N's execution history shows exactly which step failed and why, so you can fix it quickly. A common pitfall is forgetting to set the resource and operation correctly. If you accidentally leave it on retrieve or list, you won't send anything. You'll just pull existing messages from your inbox. Always double check that it says resource, tokens, message, and operation, tokens, send. Another mistake is using the wrong credential. If your authentication token is expired or for a different Google account, the API will return a 401 error. Refresh your credential in N8N by reconnecting with OAuth 2, and you'll be back in business. A tip that saves time: start with the simplest possible email, just one static recipient, a short subject, and a small text body. Verify that baseline works before you layer on dynamic expressions, HTML templates, or attachments. Each time you add a new variable or feature, run another test. This step-by-step approach isolates problems, so you're never guessing which change broke the workflow. Once everything is solid on your testing cycle, save the workflow and activate it. From now on, whenever your trigger fires, a new form submission, a scheduled time, a Slack message, N8N will compose and send that email automatically. You can even expand it further, pull data from Google Sheets to send a weekly report, use an AI node to summarize a document and email the summary, or combine it with a Trello node to notify your team when a card moves to done. As your automations grow, Gmail becomes the reliable hub that ties together notifications, confirmations, and reports across all your connected tools. To recap, you add the Gmail node, select your credential, set resource to message and operation to send, fill in the recipient, subject, and body, test it, add dynamic values, connect a trigger, and activate. Every time the trigger fires, an email goes out automatically. Keep testing new variations, different recipients, dynamic subjects, attached files, to make sure your automation handles every case gracefully before you fully trust it in production. If you ever need to come back to these steps, save this video or bookmark the page for quick reference. Thanks for following along, and happy automating.